Hello everybody, welcome to Take 2. We're doing the pre-made decks and today is Dynamite. I say Take 2 because I went 4-0 and then I realized that my computer was recording the wrong window because I had a computer restart and it changed the defaults, and so I forgot I have to reset up which window it records on to get things properly working here. But what we do with the pre-mades is Wizards of the Coast makes 10 of them. They drop them on a certain date and we're free to use them. They kind of use them as a guide for the newer players to go through their little color chart and get used to the game. And they used to all be good. This round, this pack has not been good yet, but I think we found at least one that's good. So, because this is not my own concoction, because this is what some designers at Wizards of the Coast put together, we're not going to do a battle first, we're going to go over the deck list first. Starting with the overview. It's a little bit more than the average expensive, right? 3.4, because you're dealing with dinosaurs, and dinosaurs are big creatures. They're expensive. 25 lands, 22 creatures. It's basically an aggro deck, right? It's pretty heavy on the creatures. And we have 2 Commune with Natures to look at the top 5 cards of your library. You can reveal a creature. 2 Leaping Ambush to give them +1/+3, gain reach until end of turn, plus you get to untap the creature, so it makes for a nice little surprise combat trick. 1 copy of Pick Your Poison. You get to choose one of the 3, make an opponent sacrifice an artifact, an enchantment, or a creature with flying. 3 of the Burning Sun Cavalries. When it attacks or blocks while you have a dinosaur also on the battlefield, it gets a +1/+1 just for the turn. More combat tricks, Fanatical Strength, +3/+3, and Trample. It's Quinth, Firstborn of Gishath. It's a legendary dinosaur. For 2/3 haste, if you have 2 extra mana, you can pay it, and target dinosaur you control deals damage equal to its power to another target creature. So sometimes you don't want to wait, and if this is all you have on turn 2, you play this on turn 2. You really want to wait until you have it on turn 4 and have another dinosaur, maybe more powerful one to use as creature removal. 3 of the Armored Kincallers. You get +3 life if you have a dinosaur in your hand or another one already on the field. In the Presence of Ages, ramp card. This, you can reveal the top 4. You get either a creature and or a land card from among the ones in your hand. The rest go into your graveyard. So kind of good, right? You can get a creature and a land if that's among your 4 choices. 1 Pugnacious Hammer Skull, a 6/6 that only costs 3, but if you attack while you don't have another dinosaur on it, gets a stun counter on it. So the next turn, the stun counter comes off, and then the turn after that, it untaps like regular. So you can only attack every other turn without other dinosaurs around. They went this way. This is the ramp spell, basic land. Comes into the battlefield tapped, and you get to investigate with a clue as well. How do you pronounce this? Dinotomaton? Okay, it's an artifact dinosaur gnome. 4/3 with menace. When it enters the battlefield, target creature you control gains menace until end of turn. So the way these dinosaur synergies work like this one, you really want to have another creature out first and be able to attack with it and give it menace to make the best use out of this, because it's just an enter into the battlefield trick. It's only going to work the one time. For interaction, 2 Rumbling Rock Slides deals damage to target creature equal to the number of lands you control. Notice there's nothing in here to handle planeswalkers. Hulking Raptor has Ward 2. At the beginning of your pre-combat main phase, you add 2, so if you get 4 lands down and get the Raptor down, and then your next turn you get a 5th land down, you can cast a 7-cost spell on turn 5. 2 Panicked Altosaurs, 4/5 with reach, and you can tap them to do 2 damage to each opponent. 2 Rampaging Ceratops, can't be blocked except by 3 or more creatures. 1 Trumpeting Carnosaur, 7/6 with trample. When it enters the battlefield, you discover 5. Or if you're pressed to deal damage against something important, you can spend 3, discard this card, and it deals 3 damage to target creature. And finally, you have something that can hurt a planeswalker. 2 Cavern Stompers. For 6, you get a 7/7. It scries when it enters the battlefield, and you can spend 4 when it's attacking, and it can't be blocked by creatures with power 2 or less for the turn. The 2 big exciting cards, Earthshaker Dreadmaw, 6/6 for 6 with trample. When it enters the battlefield, draw a card for each other dinosaur you control, which is fun. And Galta Stampede Tyrant, the legendary Elder Dinosaur, for 8 mana, 3 of which have to be green. You get a 12/12 with trample, plus when it enters the battlefield, any number of creature cards from your hand get to come onto the battlefield. It's awesome if you already have a couple onto the battlefield. You bring this down, and then you get to use Galta to bring down Earthshaker Dreadmaw, and then you start drawing a bunch of cards to refill your hand. I did that once in the 4 wins that I just had that recorded the wrong screen. All you would have had was my voice and the recording software the entire time. So we're doing this over. Welcome to Tpull's Corner. The newer subscribers, I'm Travis. We're growing slowly. We're getting some new people in, so welcome. And we don't have to worry about the aspect of doing a crime like for the rest of the Outlaws of Thunder Junction, so there's no reason to hold on to the 1 damaged lands. We'll play out the tapped land first. The original Ixalan set was kind of a mishmash. They threw in dinosaurs and pirates, they ended up, and it didn't start off that way. I don't think dinosaurs or pirates were originally in Ixalan when they started planning it. But they ended up doing that. They added vampires. It wasn't the normal mix of creature types that you would expect, but they did it the first time, and so when they went back to the world, they did it again, and they remained consistent. And I think people have sort of basically forgiven them for the fact that they've done something that maybe doesn't feel right. It doesn't feel like dinosaurs and vampires are really the natural places to be. We didn't get 3 life. There's no dinosaurs on the field. There's none in our hands. So you have trouble every now and then with some of these synergies. You really need another dinosaur, and you don't always have that. But I needed to get the attack in, which means I needed the dinosaur so I could get past the 3 toughness there. Let's see, 2 damage to each non-outlaw creature. That's an instant, but they're tapped out right now. Do we want to save this for something bigger? Maybe. They're going to take 6 damage. I think it's okay for us to do this. Let's go ahead and do the top 4. We didn't get a dinosaur. We whiffed on the creature. That is not good. Let's do this. Let's look at the next 5. Okay, these are all too big. 4, 5, shoot. What can we get down next? I guess we have to take the Cavern Stomper. The big one's just too far away. I bet you those are random, right? So we can't... Oh, no, they're in a set order, so it's at the bottom. That's too bad. A lot of times I take that anyway because I'm greedy and I want to play with a big card, but we might not get to it this round. That happens a lot with these search cards. It just always seems to happen that this is one of the choices and you don't have anywhere near enough land to cast it, so you can't choose it. Alright. So they did kill 1, and they attacked us. How dare they? Let's go look for basic land. And maybe we just hold on to Fanatical Strength, and if they try and do a Lightning Bolt or something, we can save it. They know this is coming down next. They go for 6. Yeah, let's still... I think this is still the right thing to do. We just can't attack. I don't think we need that. We will take the extra land at this point. We pass and hope they don't have something that bounces the Stomper. They've got 3 different colors. There's 1 damage. This would give us trample. Okay, they're staying put. I like the trumpeting dinosaur. do they have a counterspell? Let's try this. Instead of just chump blocking with something simple, now they need to block with at least 2 creatures. One, 2. Let's give it trample. See how much damage we can do here. No tricks. They have no tricks. They're down to 3. We did just give them a lot of treasure, so they can cast pretty much anything that they want. And they take the advantage to give me 1 point of damage. Okay, so we have 9 energy and 3 potential spells. I don't see how they get rid of the Stomper without a bounce spell. Tumbleweed, there's no haste in that. So they went to look for land and for the creature. And 1 more point of damage. I think we're fine. They knew it. They knew it! Close but no cigar. Oracle of Tragedy. Alright, let's play again. I've already been bemoaning the state of the pre-constructed decks. We haven't had good experiences with most of them so far. I think this is our 4th in the series. I want to say we finally found one that's actually kind of fun to play. Maybe this isn't like the old days where you could feel like you could take one of the pre-constructed decks and take it into ranked. This is still a little too inconsistent. But dinosaurs are cool, always have been. And I think you have to give Wizards credit where credit is due. They could have messed up the lizards, right? The giant lizards could have been messed up, and they didn't. They did right by them. They make them so they can be big. They make them sometimes so they can be fast. Okay, so here I get to reveal a dinosaur. Let's show them the panicked Altosaur. And we get 3 life. Is this just going to be a poison proliferate deck? Oh, look, see, they're ready already. And here's one of the problems with the deck. You see my 3 creature cards are dead cards. They're just too expensive. One of the flaws in the deck construction. And to some extent, this is a problem that you're going to face because they're dinosaurs. You're making a dinosaur tribal deck. So by the time we can get stuff out, like this can block the creature, but do they have a counterspell ready? Or just a removal right away? That had reach. Just another go for the throat. So it took us just a little too long. We needed 5 lands really to get things moving. And this particular deck has a lot of cheap spells. 2-cost removals, a bunch of 1 and 2 drops for filtering, digging through their deck. And already a Planeswalker, which we can't do much about. And we're half dead from poison. We'll do what we can. We're hoping that we're hoping they activate the Planeswalker first. Because if they do it later, this could be going back from the graveyard to their hand. I'd rather if they proliferate now and then attack, and let me try the Leaping Ambush. They're not going to do it that way. So let's try this. They left 6 mana untouched, so they've probably got some answer to it one way or the other. Or they're just content to proliferate with the Planeswalker and bring it back. They can bring it back and cast it in the same turn, right?
Patience. We will win.
They did all that, and they only spent 2 energy. 7 poison. Okay. All of that effort, and we're still not able to attack them. We're still going after their Planeswalker. And they can chump block with the hybrid again and just bring it back by proliferating Vraska next turn. We're doing everything that we can. We are tapping out all of our mana every time. We've still got 1 dead card in our hand. And they might have a way to give 2 more poison. Let's see, one more with Vraska, and then 1 spell is all they need. So we should be dead.
Embrace the inevitable.
Among 6 cards, they've got to have 1 more proliferate spell. Oh, they're still digging. Okay, now you've got, after digging, you've got 7 cards. You should have it. Okay, it doesn't matter because we can't stop the flyer. There's nothing in there that can stop the 10th poison spell. No more win streaks for me tonight. We're keeping it real. You'll just have to take my word that before, on my previous recording, we went 4-0. That's in large basis why I'm already willing to conclude that this is a fun deck. It is nice. Oh, that's a mulligan. These are dead cards, and they didn't give me the mana. They really messed me up that time. Okay, so we keep 6. We get rid of the really expensive one. And we can bring down a creature on turn 2. We really just need 1 more land to get things going. I am always glad to see Pick Your Poison because it's the only thing that deals with artifacts and enchantments, and by turn 3, we're kind of worried about stuff. So let's go ahead and look for the land now. And we'll just hit them for 2. And now we can bring down the Raptor next. And that way, if we do get something more expensive... Ooh, that's kind of good. Okay, so let's make them... That is an artifact, right? Let's get rid of you now. We can still bring down the Raptor. Oh, no, I forgot I can't. Okay, so we can just bring this down. We'll show them we have the Raptor to gain the 3 life. And then we get 3 points of damage with the little synergy that the human knight has with the dinosaur. By riding the dinosaur, you notice that it looks like he is riding the Armored Kincaller, right? That is what he's on. And they're already off to the races with their deck. Let's do it this way. Give it Menace, we attack for 6. A Planeswalker on curve.
Every job is an opportunity to learn more about this city. This
First
is your
strike?
fight. Win it.
First strike. And they come in for an attack. That's fine. We bring you down. We get rid of the Planeswalker. And we don't credit it as first strike if they don't get another creature down. Ah, they got a creature down. Okay. But they better not try and attack with that. They're attacking with it. What's wrong with these people? Commune with nature, huh? Let's look at the top 5. We didn't whiff. Look at that. That's beautiful. We get to refill our hand with cards. 1, 2, 3. Oh, just 2. I keep forgetting that's a human knight. Okay, so I don't want to attack with the raptor, but I'm willing to trade off with the recluse if they want to block the Sun Cavalry. They do not. They're down to 6. And we have trample. And we can afford the Stampede Tyrant if they can't do anything against us. You're just going to gain life, right? Shield counter on Titan. Shield counter on the Botanic Brawler. That's ridiculous. I've got a 6/6. This is first strike, not double strike. You just lost your shield counter for no reason. This is weird. Okay. Galta comes down, which means the Altasaur comes down as well. And we don't attack. We attack with the 12/12 Trampler next. Oh, this is lovely. Auto pay. We use Galta, we take out the Titan of Industry. And then I think we just attack. We attack with... That's a 5/5, right? Let's attack with the 2 Tramplers. You need to block more than that. They both have trample. There you go. Let's take out the 5/5. And you're dead because you didn't stop the 11 points of trample damage. And you kept your life linker away. They were bad at math. I feel like we would have won that no matter what, probably, but they made at least 2 mistakes. You wonder if that screws up the algorithm that the Arena AI has for determining when you're supposed to win or lose. If they give you the cards that you need to beat your opponent, and you mess it up, and the person that was supposed to lose, according to the way they designed it with their plans, actually wins, what do they do to you next? Does it reset the machine? Surveil. Yeah, we can afford that, so we will take it. Reveal a creature card among the top 5. Take it. Be a while before we can afford it. It's alright. Oh no. It's a different creature. It's a different player, right? It's not the same guy. Okay, they already know. Let's see. So if we reveal, we get to gain 3 life. We reveal the same dinosaur that they've already seen before. So it's flying poison again. This is starting to look suspiciously like the last one. So, anytime Arena wants to beat the dinosaurs, they just pick a poison deck? Is that what we're doing? Yeah, we can't block any of that. That puts us up to 4. And they still have 2 untapped mana because everything is so cheap for them. We need 1 more land. So not removal, but a bounce spell. Still gives us another poison. They don't need to stall us by much. There goes another removal spell with a proliferate. And notice we only have 1 card in the entire deck that's a spell. Although we do have 2 other creatures that have reach. But we're up to 8. So what can we do here? We can kill that one, and if they don't have removal, then we'll still get a 9th one next turn, and that's all we could do. And still no way to stop the flyers. So we've definitely found the limits of the deck, right? Yeah, oh, we die anyway. When that thing dies, it proliferates, so no matter what, we were going to die this round. So, I mean, we can block it, but we still get the 10 poison counters. Yeah, good game. It's interesting that Arena gave us 2 poison decks when they wanted us to lose. So maybe maybe we were supposed to lose the last battle, and because we had the opponent actually made the mistakes, they're like, okay, let's bring back the poison deck for an encore performance. I mean, they played the exact same card right out the gate. Alright, anything except the poison deck then, please. We'll do one more. And this kind of shows you where you need to maybe adjust this deck construction. If you want to take this out yourself, you probably need to have something a little bit more to deal with flyers. You'd have the rock slides can attack flyers, and you've got the 2 creatures that have reach, and you've got the 1 spell that can take out an artifact, an enchantment, and flyer. And you also do have the 2 spells that untap and give a creature reach for a turn. So it doesn't seem like it's bad. That's 7 different spells that can attack flyers. But if you save all that for flyers, you got nothing to deal with any of the other threats. What do they want to make more expensive? They go for the cheap one. The cheap one is now expensive. And they get to see everything we got. And we are flooding out. Let's take this and this. We lose pick your poison, which means we won't be able to take anything against the enchantment, but the spell didn't allow us to pick that anyway, so the hazards of having only one thing that can take care of enchantments. Alright, they can't bring this back, but they could have a counter spell. They can have a counter spell that stops us from bringing this down anyway. And they do. So control deck has everything they need to start with against a very expensive deck. Costs a lot. And it didn't give us any of our cheap spells, which maybe we could afford a 1 or 2 drop at some point. But maybe they ran through all their counter spells, and that's why they're spending everything that they can right this second. Oh, look, they have a flyer. I did mention that was a problem, right? Okay, so they can sacrifice that anytime they want, which means our Rumbling Rock Slide won't take out the Pixie. We show them what they already know we have. They like the archaeologists, don't they? Two Pixies now. And they bring back Candy Trail. Lots of potential life gain there. Okay. Dreadmaw gets to come down. Oh no, I didn't. I want the land. Land. There we go. All right. Yes. Draw a card for each dinosaur you control. That's good. Pass the turn. They're still kind of setting up. They don't seem to have... Maybe they need more land to get their win condition going. Well, what happens if we try and target this? Oh no, never mind. I keep choosing the wrong spells. That one. They let it die. Chump blocking. Chump blocking. Like it. Like it, like it, like it. And they didn't sacrifice Light Shield Array the entire time. Ah. I think we just found what they're looking for. Return non-our enchantment card. There we go. We can't do anything about this, can we? And this is the combo. I think we're dead now, right? Deals 9 damage, 18 damage. Oh, and then just return it all over again. And we don't have any way to interrupt this. So, yeah, pick your poison got thrown away in the graveyard. And we couldn't stop anything. We'll just say good game because who knows how long they're going to take for that. There we go. We'll go one more. You are seeing the limits of the pre-made deck construction. And it's part of the problem that I still have with Wizards because they don't allow tutor cards. They've decided they don't like the tutoring ability, so they keep making all these different spells that look at the first 4 or 5 cards at the top of your deck, like this stupid thing, Commune with Nature. What they should have done is give me something that can go tutor for the one instant spell that I needed, that I could use to save my butt for that turn. But no. And now we missed a land drop. That's all I could do. I don't want to cast this yet. What are we doing here? Deals 3 damage. So I had no target creature. 3 or more sources you controlled dealt damage this turn. Okay. We missed another land drop, everybody. I guess we're doing this after all. I guess because I did... If you count the win that I had when I first made this recording, that was 5 wins in a row. So I think we won 2 since I started the recording and lost 3 already. So it's still trying to get me back to that 50% ratio. Finally. Stop at 6/6. Yeah, that's a good start, right? If we hadn't missed a land drop, we could have used Leaping Ambush. Missed another land drop. This is going to get tiresome fast. They take it, they probably think they can kill me before it untaps. 3 damage. Do they have something they want to use to finish that off? No. Just the attack. Okay. Leaping Ambush. That's a fun card. They go for the land. Do they want to do that again? They didn't. Another 3 damage. So they're just sort of using these to dig through the deck. Leaping Ambush! Scared Crab was the name of my opponent. Yeah, poor red. Wasn't even mono red. They had some blue in there, but... Alright, let's go ahead and show you the deck one more time. Dynamite. A little bit of a pun there. Yeah, this is a definite weakness. Only one way to get rid of an artifact or an enchantment. It is weak against flyers. And there's a problem with these spells. The 2 commune by natures, the 2 in the presence of ages, and the 2 they went this way. I think it definitely does need a little bit of ramp, so maybe keep 4 of these. I don't know. You got to get rid of at least 1 commune with nature and get a second pick your poison in there. And you might want to change this up. So what I would probably do, I would make a different dinosaur deck, but I like that they included Earthshaker Dreadmaw and Galta's Stampede Tyrant in there. I would definitely include those pretty much in any Dino deck that I want to make in the modern day and age, just because those are the flashy, exciting cards. There is a way, if you get the Hulking Raptor out on turn 4, and you get the Rampaging Ceratops, if you have both of these in your hand, you could get this out in the next couple turns, and suddenly you got 2 5/4 creatures that can't be blocked except by 3 or more creatures each. It's easy to steamroll and run away with the game if you can get that particular combo going. It's not often. But there are little synergies like that, that if you can ramp just right and get things the way that you need to, it feels like clockwork sometimes. When you're in the zone with this deck, it does feel really good. So I'm going to say we have found 1 deck so far out of the Premades that is fun to play. So with that, I thank my sponsor, Sejic, and we ask you to like and subscribe, and we'll do a different Premade next time. So thanks, everybody. Have a good one.